Hey everyone, this is Francesco from Fire CMS here. Welcome to a super quick demo of the data enhancements capabilities of Fire CMS. We integrate with OpenAI and ChatGPT to be able to generate content automatically. I'm looking at the right screen. Let me show you how we do it. If we go to the books collection we have here, this is a fairly simple collection of books. Each entry has a title, authors, description, and also Spanish description, which should be the translated content. Actually, let's try to go to this particular entry here, which has not a Spanish description. If we click here, this should be able to understand the context it's in, and it automatically understands that this description should be exactly the same content as this one, but it should be translated into Spanish. So just with a click of the button, it's able to understand what kind of operation it should do. So yeah, that's looking good. If we click save, then yeah, this gets saved to our database. Of course, we can see it here, but let's see what happens if we want to create a new book. So we're going to get some suggestions by the plugin. It is understanding we are dealing with books here, so we get suggestions for a few books. Let's try filling the data for The Catcher in the Rye. If we click on it, our plugin is going to be able to map the OpenAI output to the corresponding fields. So it's not only taking the output and putting it in a text file, but it's able to map each thing to its corresponding field. So in this case, the title is The Catcher in the Rye, the authors is Salinger, and then we get a description and a Spanish description as well. It is also able to understand the numerations. So in this category, there is a subset of values that should be the only ones available, and it's able to understand it's fiction in this case. And there are also a bit more complex types, like for example, the tags is an array of strings, and it's able to understand that it's an arbitrary number of strings, and in this case it has decided to set 2. We can try adding a new one, so if we add a new entry, and again we click on the autofill button. Let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, modern literature sounds good. It's also able to map numbers automatically, of course, and yeah, it's looking good. So let's just save and close, and let's move on to the next example. Let me show you a bit more of a complex data structure. So in our blog example, our blogs are not based on text, they are objects, and they can be fairly complex. So for example, let me show you the sunglasses one. If we go here, we see that each blog entry has a title, has a header image, and then the content is an array of objects. It's structured in blocks. We call it blocks internally. And each block has a type, and then based on the type, a different field here gets rendered. In this case, it's text, markdown text actually. But we can also have images, so you can upload images, and you can also have more text, or for example, a reference to a different collection like products. And we also have a custom preview view here, which essentially is showing you what I just showed you in the content, but in a similar way as you could show it in your website. So as you can see, it's a fairly complex data type. Let's see what happens if you want to create a new entry with our plugin. So we get some suggestions here, like write about the benefits of meditation for beginners. Let's try this one, see what happens. If we click on it, we see how the fields get started being populated automatically. So in this case, the title is there, and then it's generating some new entries in the content. This is fairly complicated because it is able to map the output from ChatGPT with its text to any arbitrary data structure. In this case, it's able to map it to an array of objects, which is pretty impressive and pretty nice. So if we click on preview here, we can see the text that's being generated. I mean, here we see as a simple text, but as I was saying, the internal structure is fairly more complicated, and this can scale, of course, to any arbitrary data structure that you may have in your project. So I think that's everything on my side for this demo. I hope you enjoyed it. You can try it in your project. There is a free trial, so go for it. And if you have any questions, you can ask us directly or join our Discord. So thank you very much. Have a great day.